Alright, just as a little intro here to this video, I want you guys at home, this is a task for you guys, to find me the best Fnaf fan game that you know of. Your favorite. I want to know down in the comments because I'm looking for more games to try and play. With all that being said, enough me blabbing, let's get on to the video. Boy, where do I start with this one? Five Nights at Freddy's is a series that we all know and love. But man, it has a major, major problem. And no, it is not about the lore for one. Even though you could probably make a bajillion hour video on what the issue is with the lore. As it's complicated, contradictory, all these things. And it's just no longer fun to talk about the lore. But instead, I want to talk about what these games created. With all the love for the series, spawned thousands upon thousands of fan games. And some, yes, are really, really good. And I just gotta clap for you guys, because there's some really good games. But then there's just some that are, well, you see on the screen right now. And I just had to ask myself a question that made me a little uncomfortable when thinking about it. Is GameJolt killing FNAF's legacy? It sounds strange, but for the duration of this video, I want you guys to please just hear me out on this, as this is something that I've put a lot of thought into, and I hope you guys at home can at least feel the same way, or at least have an open mind when going into this. But before we get to that, I feel as though we should talk about how I feel about these games as a whole, as I think it's a perfect starting point. Now, I love these series. Correction, I love this series up until Steel Wool. I'm not a huge fan of their new games, although I did enjoy Help Wanted. That is the only Steel Wool game I've really enjoyed. I don't like Free Roam FNAF. I like to sit in the office and defend, you know? Like, I know Into the Pit is loved, and so is Help Wanted 2, things like that. But I'm not a huge fan of them except for Help Wanted. Seeker of the Mimic was just a poppy playtime wannabe. But it's just like, it's not it, man. But that brings us today with all these fan games. Now, a topic I see a lot of, or a comment I see a lot of is, oh, without these innovations, you guys would get so bored of the series. No, that is not at all how it would go. You see, we don't go on GameJolt to look at free roam FNAF games. We go on GameJolt to find the ones where you have to survive to 6 a.m. You know, the GameJolt is there for that. And I fell in love with this series due to the scares and the simplicity. Whereas nowadays, games just become too complicated that it draws me away. And I feel outside of Help Wanted, Steel Wool really hasn't made any scary games, as I find the new games to not be scary in the slightest. So with all the recent changes, to me, it's been so bleh. Now I know these games have fans, but I cannot get behind them, man. They're just not it. With all that being said, that kind of leads me into the intent of this video. I want you at home to really open your mind, okay? Ask yourself, is GameJolt hurting FNAF? Now, before you guys go in the comments and flame me, whatever, I'll take it. At the end of the day, I still like GameJolt and what it has done for the series. However, it has some problems, man. So I want to continue trying to attempt max modes. I mean, I haven't done one in a while, but I want to. And I'm trying to use the official max mode list to kind of help me find my next challenges. And after I have beaten the 5 minutes games but better, which if you haven't seen, go check it out. I loved it. It was great. I'm just scrolling through the site looking for my next challenge that I would like to attempt when I finally hit me. There is so much garbage on here. And it would really take too much time to find any sort of quality challenge games because I want quality. I don't want something that someone threw together in 5 minutes, you know? I want something that has like a purpose, but still difficult, you know? Where I feel like all those games in like the top 100, 200 even, are just like thrown together in 5 minutes. And it's just no. Now, no hate to these creators for making these games. However, a lot of these just aren't fun, and they're extremely low quality. Like, sure, I could put some time into these games, but I would be miserable. And that's kind of the point of today. The problem is, GameJolt allows anyone to upload whatever they want. And it absolutely clutters the page. And some of the actual high quality games end up getting overlooked in the long run, because they just disappear. Like right now I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to scroll for the latest release tab, like the new ones. And then I'm going to show another, I'm going to show it again when I'm done editing. And you're just going to see a whole new page. It's not that I'm taking forever to editing this. I am currently recording this at 2 o'clock on the 21st of September. So, with that being said, this is a major problem, as people see these games as jokes and find them funny, but I think I can speak for most people when these are not funny and need to be taken off the website. Like, for example, the YouTuber, just released a video on the game Banshee. Looks fucking phenomenal. I never would have known about it, because it's nowhere on the page. Okay, a little bit of honesty here. There's 5 new games in like a couple hours. So I think usually, it depends on what day of the week it is, stuff like that. But I've definitely seen this page change in 2 hours before. It's all about the time of day. Maybe I'll find one here soon. So they need to like start rotating games out of like the popular pages and stuff like that. That way newer and quality content can be on there. Something that you've never seen before. Now on to my next point here. When you find a quality game and like someone who actually tried, the mechanics are getting way too complex. I swear, for some of these games, you need a motherfucking master degree in Fnaf to enjoy them. Just recently, I tried to play Five Nights at Krusty Krab 3 because I was curious. And my god, what I found was terrible. I closed the game on the first night because it was so confusing. There was like so much to do, no info and telling you how to do it. I want simple. Simple is better when talking about Fnaf. Why do you think games like Candies does so well and is so heavily talked about? It is because these games are all really easy to play and jump into. I know the topic of me not liking complex games is just a me issue or a skill issue or something like that. And if they still are quality games, I have no problem with them on GameJolt. I will just choose to ignore them. But it's these damn low quality games. They're just cluttering the page and it's so annoying. Ugh. I wanted to get a hold of content creators and ask them the question. Do you think GameJolt has a problem with just letting anyone publish a game? As from my perspective, this leaves all the Fnaf tabs cluttered with games that are not good. What do you think? And no one got back to me. Damn it, science. Science lied to me. But when I asked this question on Reddit, I actually did get some response. And that was, that's kind of the point of GameJolt. Like, yes, I'm aware it's free to upload games. Whereas other websites like Steam, you have to pay. But there comes a point when GameJolt really has to look at their page and realize not everyone should be able to upload their stuff. Hell, I think you would have a higher chance of finding a quality game on Scratch rather than GameJolt. Plus, I swear, half of these games aren't even FNAF fan games. Like, look at the some of the tabs. It's like on the new release tab. Oh, this game for Android, VR, Android, VR. Like, they're not even regular games. Like, why? Just make it simple. Okay. Let's just pause here, take a step back, and go over one of my previous points here. When you hear best FNAF fan game, what do you think of? You probably think of Joy of Creation, Story Mode, Five Nights at Candy's, Tycoon Sun, maybe something else. Okay, now do that in reverse. What is the worst game on the website other than Five Nights at Candy's 2? I'm guessing there isn't much coming to mind. Because I don't even know anymore. There could be an argument for 95% of the games on there being the worst. One more point, and then I'm done. Okay, I promise. Take a look at the best tab, and I swear it has been the same games on there for years. Like, GameJolt needs to do better marketing for some of these small games that are actually good. Like, if it wasn't for Bones 5, I never would have found Fnaf better, as you have to scroll down so far to even find it. It's always on the same games on the. It's always the same games on the tab, no matter when you look. But I think that adds up my point. There being too much garbage on that page. I know that people are going to assume I'm just hateful for these remarks that I'm making, but is it about time we start to think that maybe we should make a new website for serious games only? I don't know. You know. It's just something to think about, as I think this would solve the issue of too many garbage games. But maybe that new website would just be full of garbage. Listen, I'm just some guy on the internet, and if you had a change of heart due to my video, I would love to hear you in the comments. And if you hated what I had to say, leave it in the comments and tell me why. Because this is something that has been on my mind. And I think just Fnaf needs to go in a whole new direction as a whole. Back to simplicity. Even fan games, regular games, everything needs to be simple. But, yep, that's my take. If you guys didn't make it this far, please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Because I know there's going to be a lot of hate out here in this video. I don't care. Hate me all you want. I'm just some guy talking on the internet. With all that being said, hope you guys did enjoy, and thank you.